What's up, y'all? I know I ain't talked to y'all in a while, but a lot has gone on. Um, we have a new team. This is a completely different team than we had last year. I feel that way already, and you know how we are in the off season. We get real hype, and we feel like we can take on the world, and we're gonna make it to the playoffs. And right now I got huge aspirations for us. I feel like we're gonna make it there. And I feel like that's solely because of Josh Harris. He came in right off the back, first year, got rid of Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, two people that we have been talking about year after year, saying we need something different, we need something new, refreshing, and it's happened. And then not only did he do that, but he brought in an all-star staff. Like, with the staff we have now, with the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, general manager, and the head coach we have a star set of groups. I didn't say that right, but you get what I'm saying. We got some hitters. We got some good people. We got an all-star team. Like, we got people who have been to the Super Bowl multiple times, and they've seen how it's been done. And it's not like they went themselves. Their organization went multiple times, especially Adam Peters. His organization, he done went every group he was with the Patriots, he went 3 times to the Super Bowl. With the 49ers, he went once, and the Broncos, he went once. So it's just the fact that when you think about what he's done, and, even the head coach, Dan Quinn, he's been to the Super Bowl 2 times, Atlanta and then Seattle. And he was with the Legion of Boom. And just think about how he understands how a great defense can definitely help a team. And then he's seen how it was built. You know what I'm saying? And just he understands, they all understand what it took to make it to the Super Bowl. Whereas you got Adam Peters, and he focused on scouting and a whole bunch of other things. He understands what players can make things happen. He understands what, just because it's the end of the draft doesn't mean you can't still find good players. So he has a lot to offer. With head coach Dan Quinn, he was doing great at the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? They had a top defense because of him. And then he can bring that here, even though he's going to be the head coach, but he can oversee whatever Joe Witt is doing, and he can just critique little things like that. And they've worked together, so they understand how to basically work together. They understand how to give and take. They understand what it takes to make a Super Bowl team. And the fact that Joe Witt, it was Joe Witt and Dan Quinn when they worked at Seattle. They came together and they both worked on defense, so they understood how to work together. Joe Witt, I believe at that time, he was a linebackers coach as well. So he moved up, and now he's going to be our defensive coordinator. And Dan Quinn moved up from being a defensive coordinator when he was in Seattle to being a head coach again, and his second opportunity. He had it in Atlanta, and now it's just like, it's so many things that I can only see this as better than last year. I mean, of course, last year we had Eric Bieniemy, who's been to multiple Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs, but when you got when you got a nice group of people that know how to work together, you can make things happen. So we're going to see what happens this season with, the players the people that we have. They already have chemistry. And we all knew, behind the scenes, we knew that Eric Bieniemy and Jack Del Rio didn't get along. I think at one point they were starting to fight. So that can make and break a team. And the players see that as well, so they gotta deal with that. So the thing is, you need chemistry. You need good chemistry, and that could have been one of the reasons why we let Eric Bieniemy walk. That's probably why he walked, because they probably don't have that chemistry with him. So it's just like, you see why people bring in when head coach come in and old people are left there. They get rid of everybody. They clean the slate sometimes, most times, and that's because they need people that they can gel with, they can mix with, and that understand them and understand their play style. Because you can't work, you can't get things done if you're going to continue to argue, if everything you say is conflicting. Sometimes you gotta be willing to conform, come to a mutual agreement. But we can't keep going back and forth. Super Bowl teams ain't made that way. I mean, of course, we do have an exception with, the head coach for the Patriots that used to be there for how long Tom Brady was there. And, they say behind the scenes they didn't like each other, but they were able to make it happen. But it's rare. But back to what I was saying about I feel like we about to make a playoff push, seeing as though we have the second pick. And the second pick is not bad. I can tell you that now, because it's either, for me, I feel like we should get Jayden Daniels. And I feel that way because he's proven himself. I mean, of course, he played in the league and in college for a long ass time. He about to be 24 by the start of the season, but man, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, he showed that he can play at a high level at LSU and play with the best of them. And that's pro talent right there. That's NFL talent right there. But man, people feel like he's injury prone. I don't see too many injuries. He only had a concussion that I seen. But it's sad to say, but everybody in the NFL has concussions, but it don't stop them. But I think if we can get Jayden, or if we can get Caleb Williams, we'll be fine. But I more so want Jayden than anything. And that just going off what I've seen, I'm not a quarterback specialist, but from what I've seen and the fact that he's only thrown 4 interceptions last season and he threw for 40 touchdowns is incredible, bro. Like, who wouldn't want him? Like, bro, and people can say that, he got great wide receivers, but it's like, bro, like in the NFL, if you got great wide receivers, what do you expect? I mean, like Jalen Hurts, for example, like he got great wide receivers and he made it to the playoffs. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You're just getting used to playing with NFL players. And of course they could say that, the NFL players, the college players, they kind of help get him to make him look better. I get it. I do. But it's a difference when you're used to playing with elite players versus not. And I feel like, hey, don't get me wrong, USC ain't they ain't bad or nothing, but I just feel like Jayden, I want to see Jayden as a commander. That's how I feel about the situation. And if we can't get Caleb, we got him. If we can't get Jayden, I'm sure we're going to go after Caleb, especially seeing as though he was just coached by Kliff Kingsbury, and that's our new offensive coordinator. So I'm excited to see that happen, and also I'm sure, without a doubt, we getting a quarterback just because we have the second pick. And if we trade back, bruh, I'm going to be pissed because I don't understand us. The second and the first pick, them second, first, and third, those picks right there, you can't just get back. You can't just get back. It just don't happen like that. So I wouldn't trade back. That wouldn't benefit us at all. I would not trade back at all. I would stand tall and get a quarterback. It don't matter who it is, as long as it's those two people that I said. And it seems like we might want Drake May, but I haven't looked up him. I haven't looked up how he played and stuff like that. But I've heard a lot about him. The only thing I seen from him was that throw he did, where he hit the field goal from I think 60 yards away, something like that, and it was great accuracy. That was good. But stuff can be edited. But I haven't seen anything else from him. But I'm gonna definitely watch some film on him And man, like I just think like we have a great staff. And Josh Harris is not. He's a go-getter. Honestly, he wants to win, so he's going to get a quarterback. I can tell you that now. And I've heard rumors that we want to get rid of Sam Howell, and it seems like the Jets may get him. I think it would only be a good move if we can get a third-round pick for him and a fifth. And I think I've heard that, but I'm not sure if it's concrete just yet. But if we can get 2 picks out of it, that'd be perfect. But if not, I think we should just keep him. Allow him to be a backup. And man, I'm excited for the season, and I just can't wait to see what's going to happen. I love the off season. I can't tell you how much I love it. I love the build up to the next season. I just love every part about it. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I'm gonna be back with some more videos, and I know I've been lacking, but we're gonna get back to it. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And this is gonna probably be our year this season. I think we're making it to the playoffs.